This episode is brought to you by Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime. The newest flavor from Captain Morgan is better than mind-blowing. It's mouth-blowing. Try Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime as a sweet heat shot with your crew. Please drink responsibly. Okay, I'm going to take, really quick, I'm going to take this ginger lemon and cayenne shot. These things, last time I took this in the juice shop, I gagged so loudly everyone looked at me. Oh my God, it burns.
It's a tough watch.
Oh,
I just got a full chill.
oh, sorry you had to see that. Ooh. How are you, Lady Efron Del Rey?
Lady Efron Del Rey? Oh, because of my gator hat?
Yeah, you look like you've been down in the boot.
I have been down in the what?
In the boot.
In the booth?
In the boot.
In the boot. I have been in the boot.
You've been in the boot.
Yeah, I've been in the boot. That was my first time in the boot.
How'd you think?
Freaking loved the boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it is so crazy. Brooke goes to Louisiana. Never would I have thought we were having this conversation, honestly. But like, yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, it's a really great place. That being said, I didn't like do a lot. And I feel like I do need to go back and really kind of get that New Orleans experience. But the limited experience that I did have there was so lovely. We went on an Airbus tour of the swamps, which I really loved. Gators are, you wouldn't believe this, so friendly and loving. I really feel like, and I feel like this because my guide told me, if you were to just swim at them, they wouldn't even hurt you. They have no interest in hurting you.
Yeah.
My guide was kissing them on the lips.
I saw that on your story, right?
Yes, kissing them on the lips.
Does everyone just look like Lana Del Rey's new husband, or was that?
I was really confused because I posted the photo of my tour guide kissing the gator because it was a shock to my system, and everyone was like, "That's Lana's husband. That's Lana's husband." But he didn't look anything like Lana's husband, besides the fact that he was also a tour guide.
He looked like beef jerky.
People are profiling.
Well, like there's a very certain look to alligator tour guides, I think.
I'm gonna look up her. Lana.
They looked similar for sure, like, but if it would be like a lineup situation.
They looked nothing alike. And like, trust me, I know my tour guide like the back of my own hand. He was wearing the exact same thing that Lana's husband seems to wear every day, but their faces and bodies don't look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't taken this hat off since the swamp tour 2 weeks ago.
It's a good hat. I like the hat.
It's great. I wore it to Coachella and everything. I've lived so many lives since I last saw you.
Genuinely.
Well,
because we didn't record last week because we had the Efron episode, which
by the way, like, what's the point of being here without Dylan? I'm sorry.
I mean, it is just going to be like it's just going to be like, you know, it just is what it is. Like, this is the following episode. Like, it's really hard to top that. And like, everyone just kind of take this episode as like a Sunday digestion, you know, Sunday rot kind of episode. That's like, everyone calm down, sit with us. Enjoy the space, recognize the space that you're in, and kind of relax. Because this episode is going to be, you know, Dylan is not here with us. Dylan's actually somewhere else completely.
Which is like so hard not knowing like when the next time you'll see him is, you know?
Right. Well, what's so weird is I went to a wedding and everyone at the wedding is like, yeah, I golf with him.
Golf with Dill?
Golf with Dill, yeah. They were like, they texted him, sent a picture of us together, and he goes, ask him how his jaw is, which I thought was funny.
Wow.
I'm curious though. He said he would send me a picture of the salt shakers. I haven't seen that photo yet.
Well, he doesn't have your number, does he?
No, but it's easy to get by just asking.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he doesn't want to like be like, hey man, what's your number? You know?
He doesn't want to be too eager.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be over eager.
Yeah, I get it. That's fine. But show me those salt shakers, Dill. Put your money where
You and those
Dill,
shakers.
dog.
You and those shakers. Your
Did you
hat
put
is
yours
blending into the wall. Do you see that?
I know. I just noticed that.
Now it's
Should I
not.
change hats really quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want
I
to.
just-
I don't think it's a bad thing, but
Well, I just know it's just reflecting a lot of light and it's probably distracting. What did you do with your
Okay.
salt shakers? I couldn't help.
my salt
I haven't seen
shakers are
yours
on
either.
my table.
Oh, cute.
On my main dining room table.
Oh, did you fill them up?
I don't have salt yet. You
I
know
don't
why?
either.
Well, I guess that doesn't make sense. I was going to say because I haven't cooked anything since I moved in July, but that doesn't, like, I can still salt things that I haven't cooked.
It's like so important to have salt.
Yeah, it is,
Salt?
isn't it?
Kind of underappreciated. Yeah, my mom makes me take a handful of it when I wake up in the morning when I'm at her house.
Yeah.
Puts it in my hand. I'm like, I'm completely parched.
Yeah, no.
Right now, I don't think like a handful of salt is gonna like wake me up or
That's
anything.
supposed to help if you mix it in water.
Yeah, she has me just kind of. She just kind of dumps it into my mouth and holds my nose.
Yeah.
Which I love.
No, I'm sure that's incredible.
Yeah. So let's circle back
Okay.
to the last time we spoke. Was it 2 weeks ago? Legit.
At our live show.
Oh yeah. Which thank you guys so much for coming. That was a blast. You killed.
No.
You ate it. You ate
killed.
you ate it up and left no crumbs.
I
and
was
everyone
so dumb up there.
and everyone was saying, "Come on, please help. We need a crumb, please, sir. Just another piece." And you said, "Sorry, I ate it all. I ate all.
It literally took me 45 minutes to like get used to sitting up there, and then there was 10 minutes left of the show.
I thought it was great.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone had a great time.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, had a blast.
It was a blast. And then I don't even know. I guess I went straight to the wedding from there, and then I came back to New York, which is where I immediately got under the weather. Which is whatever. If you're hearing this right now, that's what's happening.
Are you okay?
I'm on the tail end of it.
I'm worried about you.
Not to be like a guy that's sick, because my understanding is that like like every time a guy gets sick, it's like, oh, I'm dying, and
Yeah.
like, of course, my mom was in town too, so it's like now it like looks like my mom flew to town because I got sick. But when I tell you guys, I had a 102-degree fever for 6 days. It was just nonstop. Good Lord! But finally, I'm on the tail end of it.
Poor baby. I'm so sorry, Connor. I would also not handle that well either.
It was just like,
But honestly, you didn't talk about it too much. Like I would be letting you know about my temperature updates every 8 seconds.
well, I couldn't like pick up my phone.
Yeah. That's when that is when you know.
Yeah.
When it's like you
was
can't
bad.
even answer texts. And sometimes when you're like so sick, it's like I don't even know how I'm gonna like call out of work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's horrible.
But my goal, I'm just like by the grace of God, I didn't have anything over the weekend, and I didn't have anything a ton this weekend. This week is my first like couple stops back on tour in Omaha and Kansas City. I really didn't want to miss
I
those.
love Omaha.
Do you really? Oh yeah, you've been in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Why did you go? Was that when you were driving through from Philly to?
That's when I was driving through and I was like pleasantly surprised by how beautiful Nebraska was when I was driving through.
Was that where you saw that giant spool
A giant school?
of wool or string?
I don't think I did see a giant spool of string.
Oh, I
Must have
thought
been-
that they had the.
Must have been your other friend that likes string.
Oh my God.
I did
Yikes.
see Carhenge, which is like Stonehenge, but
I
carved.
knew there was something there. Yeah.
But I forget where that was. It could have been
I wonder-
Nebraska, but it could have been any other state in that vicinity.
I wonder what like people from Europe think that when we're like, yeah, I did a cross country trip. It was amazing. I saw the giant spool of string. And then I saw Carhenge, which is a bunch of abandoned cars just like kind of stuck in the dirt.
Surely
And
they have
then-
that too. It's in Nebraska.
I think that they have like Mount Kilimanjaro and they have like,
Surely Kilimanjaro
countryside.
is not Europe.
sorry, pregnancy brain over here.
We're good.
Everyone's gonna, I'm not worried about it that much. Now, here's something I am worried about. And before I even damn say it again wrong, I'm gonna just fact check. Because last week, we are like weeks ago, Brooke, this is the third time we'll have brought this up on the podcast. We talked about Louis Armstrong
Louis is, don't tell me because I freaking know it.
Brooke.
What a Wonderful World. Neil
Brooke.
is, Neil is The Moon and Lance is Live Strong.
We, first of all, someone commented and said, well, hang on. Louis Armstrong commented on our TikTok.
There's no way.
He said,
Louis not alive.
he's not, right? Okay, well, the official Louis Armstrong
Is he
TikTok
alive?
account.
No. His
Okay.
estate?
Like his
Commented on
estate
our
commented.
TikTok?
The estate of Louis Armstrong commented, the trumpet, comma, not the saxophone, ... That is a very important distinction.
So sorry. I feel
Finger
bad.
up. Oh, I was like, Louis Armstrong has entered the chat.
That's embarrassing for us, truly.
That's like mic drop, like in the podcast. Louis Armstrong is here now. Everyone else can go home.
That's tough.
Let me look up. I have to look up his TikTok to see who was that commented. Someone else commented, was like, Louis Armstrong played the fucking trumpet.
I am so sorry.
Everyone was really mad. I'm sorry.
When did he?
Armstrong.
So he actually died in 1971. Believe it or not.
We're not too far off.
Wow.
and
He was born in New Orleans. I know it well. In 1901. Wow, that's close to the 1800s.
So he would have been like a Gen Z baby. That's like, you were born in the 90s. He was talking about the 1890s. You'd be like, ew, you're old.
Yeah. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, goPure. We spend so much time caring for the skin on our face, but what about our neck? Unless you're wearing turtlenecks all day, your neck is out there for the world to see, and it's one of the first places to show signs of aging. That's why goPure Beauty developed their revolutionary Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. Okay, goPure's Tighten and Lift Neck Cream, complete game changer. I used it once and literally could not stop touching my neck. It was not only tight and lifted, hydrated as well.
It was tight and lifted. I was like, is this baby skin? I'm always having people touch my face. Like, no, that's real. That's my skin. I was like, did I Benjamin Button myself? I'm obsessed. My neck has never been more moisturized. Powered by clinically proven active ingredients, this advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. All goPure products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and sulfate-free, so you know you're giving your skin clean, effective care without the harsh chemicals.
goPure also has a full line of science-backed skin and body care to brighten, hydrate, and restore your glow from head to toe. With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off goPure with code BNC at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code BNC, and you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask where you heard about goPure, tell them it was from our show.
Because I just saw these TikToks of this guy at the mall, and he was like, "What would you consider old?" And people are like, "If you're born in 2000, like you're old."
This is I've been thinking about this a lot, and just what constitutes old, you know? And obviously it changes as we age. I used to think 20 was
oh,
you're a full grown up. But what really scares me is I was listening to Amy Winehouse the other day, and I remembered having the thought when she died and kind of learning about the 27 Club.
Yeah.
Thinking about 27 is
young. A good time to go.
I remember thinking it's young, but it's you lived a full life. I remember having that thought when I was younger, which is so insane.
No,
because now it's dying at 27. Oh my God, you didn't get to
you
do
had
anything.
your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember being in college and being in class, and my TA would be like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I'm like, "Get away from me, grandpa." And I think that they were 23.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, if I ever turn 23, I am going to kill myself.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I won't turn that old. I'll be 20 forever. Oh, it's so crazy.
Yeah, what I'm really not enjoying is all the characters in my romance books. By the way, I've read like 6 books with cartoon characters kissing on the front since we last spoke, but all of them are younger than me, give or take.
Well,
That's pissing me off. That's getting my panties in a bunch.
right.
Some are 30.
Some are
But, like,
30.
In a few years, they'll be younger than me too. And then it's like when I'm 50, like, is it weird of me to be reading my cartoon books with 30-year-olds? Who's to say?
Oh, I mean,
No,
like
it's not.
that's a great age to like yearn for.
And then when I'm reading books about like teen romance, then I just get sad because it's like that's way too far gone for me. You know?
I guess, but I don't kind of don't get it. It's International Book Day, by the way. Like, I just wanted
Are
to
you
say
serious?
happy BD.
Happy
B Day.
Irritable
You
bowel
and
disease.
yours. Well, I mean, you could write a romance novel about like a 107-year-old, and you'd be like, wow, like that's
No,
special. Like, I have
literally,
something to
like
look
every
forward
book
to.
I write, the characters will be like a year older than me.
You could write about like a 79-year-old like meeting the love of her life, and he's
Connor, I
23.
just read about the last book I finished was about a woman 75. It's her last day on Earth. The book is not out yet. It's called Palm Meridian. Comes out next month. It was so good. But it was her last day on Earth. She's dying the next day. And she throws a party. And like all she can think about is like the lost love of her life. And it was really beautiful and sad.
That's like when you need to take a beta blocker.
But like it was a romance of people of an older age.
I'd just be like so bummed if like I'd be like, this is my day, you know, like I need to enjoy my party.
Well, she was waiting for her to show up. It
I
took
thought
place
he
in a
died.
queer retirement community.
okay,
in the
her
future.
died.
In the future, yeah, it was a great book.
Queer retirement home in the future.
Queer retirement community in the 2060s.
Wow, that is so specific.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a bummer.
How's your book?
That would be a bummer. What?
How's your book?
I put it
You
down,
put it
but
down.
I will say, I mean, it's just for now.
Just for now.
I
You
really
put it down
thought
just for
like
now.
what? I really thought like, okay, my screen isn't working. Maybe I can read this book. I coughed up something into the page, and I was like, all right, this is not gonna. Oh wait, but I put it down just for now. When I have like a level head, I'm gonna start reading it again. That book, The Long Island Compromise, has come across my desk about 75 times since I brought it up. People are reading it. It has now been suggested in like, oh, you liked White Lotus, you'll enjoy this book, Long Island Compromise. I'm like, what the hell? Another Hunger Games situation where I judged a book by its cover, and guess who was
you
on this?
discovered Long Island Compromise.
Well, I definitely didn't. Like, I know that I didn't,
Right.
because it was already like in the zeitgeist. But people are picking it up now. I haven't had anyone reach out and be like, I read the book and it's good. You
I've
should
seen
finish
some
it.
people that I follow on Goodreads read it, and I don't think any of them have rated it over 3 stars, which is not good from
Out of 5,
my
right?
standards. Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have standards, so that'd probably be good.
But like, I just want you to pick up a book of like something that you're really interested in, you know, instead of just like you like the cover. But anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get there. We will get there. I know we will.
I know. I like Life of Pi. I really enjoyed, and
You read it?
Yeah. For Tell the movie. I thought the movie was really good.
Yeah,
Fabulous movie.
I enjoyed the book too. We read it for school.
Oh, that's cool that you read it for school.
I love.
I guess.
Like,
Ow.
are you okay?
Yeah.
I love kind of like highbrow books that have a plot twist that doesn't feel like plot twisty for the sake of being plot twisty. It's like, oh, holy shit, that's like an academic plot twist. Does that make sense?
I don't know what this terminology that you're using means. Highbrow books.
Like, it's like
I know
very like intellectually stimulating book. It's not just like a thriller with a plot twist because that's what thrillers have, you know? It's like there's a plot twist.
Can you give me an example that I would know?
Of what?
A highbrow book with a plot twist.
Life of Pi. Do you
You think
remember?
that's highbrow? It's about animals.
I do think it's like an academic type of novel.
Wow. I'm so smart.
Okay. Yeah.
A bird just ran into my window.
Okay.
I hope it's okay.
Well, I mean, I read it for school and like we dissected it for like 3 months. So it's like, what choice do I have other than to say it's an academic piece? But I think there's a lot of analysis to do.
Yeah, that was one that it was a thinker.
Yeah. What did you take away from it?
I kind of got lost because it's such like it's almost like he had lost his mind, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So I guess is that the highbrow piece?
I mean, it's just like the whole book is like, I don't know, more intellectually stimulating than like a random book that you would pick up on the bestseller table, you know?
Yeah.
I remember learning a lot about like, remember id versus ego?
Of course.
I think that was like the focus of the Life of Pi discussions.
Id versus ego. Oh, right. Because
and like spoiler alert, like he was the id and the ego was the tiger.
The tiger and the zebra was the other.
Was he also the zebra? I actually don't remember too well, but
I say if anyone hasn't read Life of Pi, like dive in. I want to reread it.
Yeah, go ahead and reread it.
No, like you can't
you can take a lot more away from it now.
You can't spoil Life of Pi. There's so many twists and turns. It's impossible.
So many twists and turns.
It's impossible to spoil it for someone.
But we did. Spoil pretty big.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Wait, do you want to hear something that happened to me this morning?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like walking to get a juice. I'm walking home and I find a chair. And I was like, oh my God, this would go so perfect I got a dining room table and I got like 6 chairs for my thing. And I wanted like a little chair for the window. I was like, amazing. And it's like not too heavy. We're like a block from my house. We as in me by myself and me in the chair.
You in the chair.
And me and my id and my ego are a block from my house. And what is wrong with me? I'm like, I pick up the chair and I start walking and someone goes, hey, hello, hey. They were just unloading it from their car and they're going to put it in their house. That's our chair.
That is horrible.
Yeah, that is horrible. And also like it was over my face. So, and there's people everywhere. And this is like, 10 a.m. It's city's abuzz. Go ahead and give us back our chair, please. And I was like, I am so sorry. Like that was my first time ever like picking something up off the sidewalk.
Was it alone?
I was like, yeah.
Wow.
There's nothing near it at all. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Like this is so cool. And it looks brand new. It was. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime is so delicious, so unbelievable. No words to describe it. It's better than mind-blowing. It's mouth-blowing.
Bright, citrusy, and spicy, this newest flavor from Captain Morgan is a balanced blend of sweetness with delicious notes of lime and slightly spicy chili flavor that's great for your next hangout.
I love Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime by the pool. 1. Sitting outside on the curb even. 2. At my friend's apartment before dinner. 3. After dinner even. Summer is the perfect time for Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime. It's best enjoyed on an ice cold shot or a chili lime twist on a classic. I think spicy pina colada or mojito could be really fun.
But if you just want to enjoy it the classic way, try out the sweet heat shot that's best served ice cold. All you do is pour 1 ounce of Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime into a cocktail shaker with ice, shake for a few seconds, and then pour into a shot glass rimmed with tahini chili lime sea salt. And enjoy.
Please drink responsibly. Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime, premium Caribbean rum with natural flavors, 35% alcohol by volume. Captain Morgan Rum Co., New York, New York. That reminds me of when I first moved into my apartment in LA. Like zero money, and my roommates like did not care to have rugs or anything. My roommate that lived there before us was like, hey, like my other roommate said that like he was going to stay in the apartment and the other roommates were moving out. And he's like, they said we'd keep the couch and the coffee table. We just have to buy it off of them. And I was like, okay, how much? He was like, it was like a crappy sectional couch, like old, crappy. And they were like $3,000. And I was like, okay, I don't have a choice. So like we split it 3 ways, But they like didn't want to furnish it at all. And I found a rug outside that had been used and abused, and I brought it in and I Venmo charged him for half of it. And he said, how much? I said, it was $150. And he shipped me $75.
Nice. Get your
Yeah.
bag. Okay.
I know. But it was like an old dirty rug. And I think that's why I got sick like 12 times that year.
Oof.
Bed bugs.
Bed bugs. But I don't think that, I think those just, I don't think they make you sick. They just make you itch. No?
I don't know. I feel like they can give you diseases. Ew.
Ew.
Bed bugs are like a huge issue in New York for some reason. And I like, here's why bed bugs are problematic, a thread. But those haven't come across my desk yet. So also, I sent you a Snapchat yesterday. Sorry, I'm just like unloading off onto you right now. They've started construction on the staircase of my building, which is, we are now, if anyone's keeping tabs, 343 places I've lived with construction happening on my direct adjacent.
How long is it going to take?
They were unclear, but they did take 2 hours off so I could film the podcast.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was really great. It was really sweet of them. They did start at 7 a.m. though. They start at 7 a.m. every day.
You should ask. A staircase doesn't feel like it would take like so long.
They're really killing it, but it is...
They're slaying?
They're kind of slaying the house down so much so that there's shit falling from my ceiling because they're hammering so hard on my wall. Like my old apartment in Santa Monica where they were hitting so hard that it cracked through my living room. The hammer came through while I was on that Zoom. I was like, oh my God.
Right. Did you see people that were able to identify what your like ball of pubes in the wall were?
Yes.
Steel wool.
It's steel wool. And it's actually the opposite of what we thought it was. It's not a dead rat. It's to keep
them
rats
out.
Which I feel like there's a better solution than just shoving steel wool in the wall.
Who knows?
Like, I don't know, but something tells me that maybe like reconstructing the wall and making it like airtight would do that too.
It's hard for me to say, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And they're actually, it's been nice also. Not that I have a ton of stuff in here, but I have my windows open all the time. I haven't had one bug besides the bird that's probably dead on my balcony. I haven't had any critters at all.
Are you really high up?
No.
Oh. I don't think it's critter season.
Summer would probably be critter season.
Ever since you talked about chiggers,
yeah,
they've been coming up everywhere.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't get any chiggers in Louisiana.
I probably did.
You would know.
They'd be stuck to me.
Well, you'd just be itchy and you're like, what is that? And I'd be like, that's a chigger. You got to put some nail polish on it.
That's like beyond to me.
Because it suffocates them.
Yeah.
How was Coachella?
I was just about to say, do you want to hear about Coachella?
Being itchy.
I'm so drained. Just like from someone that like struggles like with traveling to do The Bachelorette, come back, Coachella. My God, if you don't mind me saying. But it was fun. Like that's like one of life's biggest anomalies is that like I care for Coachella weekend too. I really care for it.
Truly a million guesses.
Like it is bizarre. I will say I struggled a lot more like energy wise than I did last time. Like it is insane to me that I made it all 3 days last time, all day through the headliners. This time I only made it 2 days. I couldn't make it in the third day. And I had to leave halfway through both the headliners because I didn't realize that they were like 2 hours long and I had already been there all day. And I couldn't support myself on my feet anymore. And also when I started to sit down, my eyes started to close. And then it was a 40-minute walk home. So it's like, I should just go now, you know?
There's something almost better than seeing the headliners. And it's knowing that you're leaving before everybody else is.
Truly. And also Lady Gaga started at 11 p. And I had been there since 3. And it was time. And the great thing about that is I could hear her on my walk home. And I couldn't see anyway. I'm 2 inches tall, you know? Yeah. So it's like, what's the difference between me standing there and me listening walking home? But
there isn't.
So Friday, the first set that I saw was Joe, spelled D-J-O, Joe Curie.
I'm familiar with his work.
I have been familiar with his work too, specifically, you know, the hits, End of Beginnings, and some of the other popular ones. But
Yeah.
I really, really care for the guy, like in a big way. And so I've recently started kind of diving into that discography, which has been really fun. And yeah, it's nice to have a new crush, you know?
I figured that's where this is going.
Yeah, it brings a
I
little
think
bit
that
of brings a little bit of joy to my life.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that you're in good company. I feel like you're going to find a really tight knit community in your crush with
To
Joe.
know Joe is to love Joe. Yeah.
Right.
It's hard, like having a celebrity crush that like everyone also loves, because it's like, damn, like as if I had a chance to begin with. Now I really don't have a chance. But then it's also hard having one that not a lot of people love, because it's like I need more, you know? So it's a lose-lose.
Yeah, sometimes you have to have like a dream about them.
Yeah,
And that's what
awesome.
you had.
I wish I could like Black Mirror force myself to, but
You could do the thing that we always talk about, lucid dreaming.
dream.
You just look at
every day I count my fingers and say, lucid dream, lucid dream, lucid dream.
well, you're supposed to look at a picture of Joe. What's his last name?
Gary.
Gary.
I mean, I do
And
that
look-
like accidentally, not accidentally, but just like in passing, like all the time.
Before you go to bed, you should
Okay.
look at the picture of him and say his name. Joe Gary, Joe Gary, Joe Gary, Joe Gary,
Bloody
Joe
Mary?
Gary 7 times. Yeah. And then go to sleep. And then he will appear.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. What I do is
Yeah.
count my fingers, because apparently you're supposed to get in the habit of counting your fingers, because when you're dreaming, you don't have 10 fingers. And so then when you count your fingers in your dream, because it's become a habit, you realize that you're dreaming when you don't have 10 fingers. And then you can act accordingly. And then also just like when you talk about lucid dreaming, you just become more aware of it. So those
Well,
are the
so
two strategies
dreams-
I know.
Dreaming and AI can't do fingers. That's really weird. The parallel there.
AI can't do fingers?
No, like if you wonder if something's AI and you look at the hands, like the hands are always fucked up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like everything will be real, and then they'll look like you look at their hands and there's like they're all attached.
Okay, I'll have to keep my
It's just
eye
like
out.
one hand piece.
But
Or there's like 15 fingers.
okay, I'll be looking at that in the future. But
Sorry, like dream talk, but I had a dream the other night that like I don't know if I was my age or what, but I was back in college and I was taking like a writing class,
ooh,
and I was like, I had some sort of following, like Instagram, like I was like an influencer, so, and I was like, I don't need this. Like I don't need to pass this class. Like I don't need to do this. Like everyone was like, ugh, like of course he's like not taking this seriously. Like doesn't have his notebook out at all. And I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this class. And it was like a main character thing where like the English teacher was like, I see something in you. It was like, you know what I mean? I wonder if that's like a plot where like, because there's people in school right now that are influencers and they're just taking classes and they're like, there's no way I could make the amount of money in my profession, in my degree, that I could make being an influencer.
at that point when you
Which
just
is
drop
insane.
out, I guess like Skunk cost fallacy, like you've already invested some time. And like I guess a degree, yeah, never mind. I changed my mind. You should get your degree.
Sunk cost
Okay.
fallacy, when you're talking about a degree, I think is mute, because
Mute?
moot. What is it?
No, it is moot. Yeah.
Moot.
Why do you think that?
Because it's like, if you're 2 years into your degree, like it's not like quitting right there. If you're able to manage, but like I would finish and get my degree.
No, that's why that is a skunk cost fallacy.
The skunk cost fallacy.
Yeah. The skunk cost
Think
fallacy
you-
is like when you put in time to something, it's like you can't just give up. So it's like
What
if I
was the
put
one that-
2 years into my degree, I don't want to leave because of the skunk cost fallacy. Like I've already invested so
You
much
keep
time.
calling it the skunk cost fallacy,
We've talked about this so much.
but skunk? Are you saying skunk?
Yeah,
like the
I
little
am
critter?
saying skunk.
Brooke, it's sunk.
There's no way.
It's sunken cost fallacy. Like, what?
I've been saying
Skunk.
skunk this whole time. No. Skunk?
Brooke, it's on the screen.
Meanwhile, me being such an intellectual all episode, highbrow, life of pi, id, ego, skunk cost fallacy. Okay.
Skunk cost.
That just goes to show you, like, we all have our quirks, and, you know, intelligence can be defined in a lot of different ways and everything like that. And I would like to move on. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid, all in one place.
From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional, on-brand invoices and online payments, plus streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Also, with Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build an online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business. Start with Blueprint AI, Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder, to get a fully custom website in just a few steps. Or pick from a library of professionally designed and award-winning website templates with options for every use and category. No matter where you start, your website is flexible to what you need with no experience required.
Check out squarespace.com/BNC for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BNC to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I love skunk cost fallacy. It's like if the skunk has already sprayed its little olfactory
I did wonder,
gland.
like, what is the root of the skunk?
It took me like 6 times. I'm like, is she saying skunk? Like,
sunk cost? Like, yeah, that makes so much sense to me.
like you've already sunk so much time into it.
Yeah, I did wonder about the skunk. Not enough to be like, maybe it's not skunk, but I did wonder about it. I want to flag that.
The stinky fallacy.
Who?
This is one of the stinkiest fallacies out there.
Wow, that was like so bad.
That's fine.
And I was like in the middle of condescending you too. So like couldn't have been worse.
Well, it took me like 6. I'm telling you, it took me so long to be like, is she saying skunk? Like, what is she talking about? I do want to say really quickly, someone at Coachella DM'd me and was like, oh my God, my girlfriend just noticed that like we have the same posture.
Okay.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, like full blown, look through, like full blown. I'm working on my posture.
Like
so I
you
need
were
you to
stalking
like,
him and then you realized.
well, I was like, what a specific thing to say. Like this guy needs a back brace.
Yeah. I would love to. I was thinking about my posture a lot this weekend as I was sitting on the ground. I'm just like, my nose is touching my knees when I sit.
Sitting is one thing. When I stand and I see a picture of myself and like my shoulders are forward, it's like, gosh darn it. Like, what are you doing? Screenager? Roll your shoulders back.
Totally.
And don't flare your chest.
Yeah, I would love to take a class on sitting and standing and shit like that.
If anyone out there in the LA cosmopolitan area has a class on sitting, standing, and shit like that, you know where to find us.
Let us know. But let me finish telling you about Coachella.
Oh yeah, hit me.
Wait, have you listened to Lady Gaga's new album at all?
I've heard the one big song.
With Bruno Mars? Or
Yeah,
Abracadabra?
that one, I've heard both. Now, the one with Bruno Mars, that is one of those songs that I always talk about that like was created by the government. I like I don't know who's listening
Like
to that
Pharrell,
song.
Happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Yummy Yummy by Justin Bieber. Like what? I know. Why do I know every word? You know, like why am I waking up in the morning and the first thing if the world was I'm gonna be like
Yeah, I don't love that one. But there's 2 that I'm obsessed with. Okay? And I think you'll really enjoy them too. Especially Killa. I think it's Killa, not Killer.
Oh,
right?
Killa, right.
Killa. That one's really fun. And I really like it. Yeah, it's Killa. And then Garden of Eden. They're so fun.
I'll look into it.
Yeah,
They haven't
definitely
come
look
across my
into it.
desk.
Flagging those. And then the next day I was one of the first ones at the festival, Connor, believe it or not, left at 1 for Ed Sheeran, who was not there weekend 1. He was there weekend 2. He filled in for FK Twigs.
Wow.
And he was at one of the smaller stages. I couldn't, like, I was backed up to the gods, like backed up to another stage, basically.
Why would they put him there?
There was like a lot of backlash, like put Ed at a bigger stage, blah, blah, blah. And like all these TikToks of like filming where he was and how the people were overflowing. And by the way, if you look at any of those TikToks, you can see me sitting in my hat that I can't take off. Look for my camo hat. I'm sitting on a gate, which was probably illegal, but none of the security could access me through the mob. But you can see me sitting there, which is cool. I feel like a middle schooler being like, there I am. But really, there I was, if you look at any of those videos.
At the end of the day.
And he said that he really enjoys performing at small stages.
But it's just not conducive.
But it was not conducive. And like it was where I was, like suddenly became like a walkway of sorts. So there were people like hurling their bodies like through right in front of me. And so it was pretty unpleasant, but it was good to see him, you know?
Yeah.
As I am an
box checker
through and through, a Cheerio.
Yeah.
And he sung like almost all of his early stuff, which was just
That's awesome.
Completely fabulous.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so random that he swapped out for FKA Twigs.
Yeah.
Huh. Like random.
Yeah. Well, there was something that happened with her, but I don't really remember.
What does like someone like Ed Sheeran get paid to just like pop in? Or do you think?
I don't think you get paid a lot to perform at Coachella.
You must.
Do you think? Can we look up how much does it cost to headline?
Or what do you get paid?
Yeah.
10 million
just
per
10
weekend.
million per weekend. So.
Yeah.
My bad.
8 to 12 million. Wow.
Okay. What about a non-headliner?
Let's headliner pay. I don't know if this is like $70K per weekend.
That's so good. Wow.
But they spend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they spend money to like produce the set.
Got it.
That's what I learned about like comedy specials is that they give you this cash and then you like think you get this bonus, but then you have to pay to produce everything. So like you end up breaking even or like potentially losing money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of these times.
Damn.
Mamma mia, man. It's cracked up to be out there. Cardi B lost. And she needs that cash.
But sometimes when you invest in yourself, it pays off.
That is so true.
Similar to the Skunk cost fallacy, but a little bit different. And then Green Day was that night.
Did you skip Green Day?
No. I mean, I left halfway through, but again, or over halfway through, but I was there for all the hits and then I could hear 21 Guns.
That's cool.
As I was walking out.
I don't think I've ever, you wouldn't believe this about me, but I don't think I've ever at any festival stayed for the headliners.
Really?
Never.
I really gave it my all, especially for Green Day, but I checked the set list when my eyes started clamping shut and we had an hour 20 left. And I was like, there isn't a way.
No.
But I really love Green Day, as you know, and I feel comfortable saying that I do feel like I enjoyed the real band more than the original Broadway cast.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I really do feel
Normalize changing your mind after learning new information.
Yeah. They rock out.
Yeah, they do. What was the thing with like, aren't they like in trouble right now? Didn't people get mad at them?
Not that
I saw that
know
like,
of.
so Charlie XCX the first weekend.
No, Charlie wore that sash that said Little Miss should have been headliner.
Yeah.
And so people were like, how dare you? Like, you think you're as good as Green Day?
Yeah.
So that was more so her getting in trouble.
But then they were like, I know.
But then they wore a brat hat, or Billy Joe wore a brat hat. Kind of just like
I knew all this, but like, she was obviously joking.
I didn't read it as like Little Miss should have been headliner instead of Green Day. I didn't read it as that. I read it as just like in general, which like I kind of agree after the year she's had. They
got in trouble because, or like people were mad at them because they wore the actual headliner sash and then he wore the hat as like an olive branch.
They're fine.
Everyone's kosher.
Like, I literally am just like, it's so not that serious.
I always think it's funny how there's 2 weekends of Coachella and then Stagecoach is just slides in after all the grass is dead in the fields.
Yeah. Do they still have the Rose Garden for Stagecoach?
Yeah.
That's my home.
Yeah. Stagecoach is so much fun. Stagecoach is great because you can sit all day.
I love sitting.
Yeah,
That's
and
the thing
VIP
about, I think, why I can do Coachella. It's like sitting is not only normalized but encouraged. Sit outside with your friends, and I can only speak for weekend 2, which I genuinely think is like half the capacity of weekend 1. It's like not very crowded, big sprawling open fields. I get sushi every time.
Caleb Sheran posted something.
I love him.
Yesterday, I want to see if it's still up.
The thing about
Can I pull it up? No.
Oh, that cracked me up.
What do you say about the Pope?
Just like something about an experience that they had together. Fuck, I forget, but it was so funny. And it was on his story, so now it's gone.
He said, "It is genuinely shocking to me that people are financing their trips to Coachella with Klarna and shit like that, because every post I've ever seen from that event has inspired me in a feeling so opposite of FOMO that they need new terminology to explain it. Coachella posting gives me something more than a contentment with or joy of missing out.
I get it. I totally get it.
It conjures a spiritual sort of imperative to miss out, a direct and righteous order from God to skip."
I get it. I feel that way whenever my friends post that they're like out at a bar that's more like bordering on club. I'm just like, thank God. But I literally don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it.
No, that's why it's so shocking that you enjoy it. I literally don't have one single, it actually gives me anxiety to see people there.
I literally don't know what to say. It makes no sense. Would I be fine never going back? 100%. 110%. Did I enjoy my time? Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you want to hear something insane?
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Huh?
Sorry. So my parents were here. Sorry.
All good.
I'm fighting through this little tickly cough. My parents were here this week, which is funny because they are so outspoken about how much they basically were like, we're going to come. And then the day that they were supposed to come in last week, they were like, actually, we went to Boston instead.
Okay.
And we're just going to take the train.
They have gotten
later.
the travel bug.
I know. So they go to Boston, and then 4 days later they come, and guess what? Instead of getting a flight, they go, we're just going to Uber from Boston to New York City. They Ubered from Boston.
4 hours.
They Ubered. My dad sat in the front seat and talked to the driver the whole way. He was like, he was awesome. I'm like, he's going to kill himself today.
That is over 4 hours.
Yeah. So they did that.
Was that not $400?
It was $300, but it was my mom, my dad, and my sister, and it's $150 to go from any airport to Manhattan. And I was like, first of all, that's insane. Second of all, we come, and
I didn't know Uber drivers went that far.
There was that one girl who accidentally put home on her. She was on the East Coast. I can't remember where she lived, but I think she was in New York or something, Manhattan, and she put in home, and it sent her to her family's house in Connecticut. And it was a $2,000 ride.
Wait, where was she living?
I don't know. It was on the East Coast, and it was 6 states away. And the dude just drove her all the way there. She slept the whole way.
2 hours in?
I think she passed out. This is a TikTok.
Damn.
That's crazy.
At that point,
that's
just
what I'd be.
Get a driving service.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, YSL Beauty. You guys know that I've totally been loving the Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. I'm not a full glam kind of person. I really just need products that enhance my natural look with putting no effort in. And that's why I'm obsessed with the Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. It gives that juicy, glossy look without being sticky. And it looks gorgeous while also doing the work and hydrating my lips.
Infused with spicy ginger oil and hyaluronic acid, this non-sticky formula leaves lips feeling softer, smoother, and instantly plumped. I don't wear lip gloss a ton, you know, and if I had the product here with me right now, I would be putting it on like I did last week. But Brooke wears the Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss all the time, and she looks incredible. Look at her right now.
I'm wearing it right now. I just applied it with the jumbo plush wand that provides a soft, cushiony feel while applying the product.
You love your jumbo plush wand.
What?
You love your jumbo plush wand.
I sure do. It's available in 9 dreamy shades, and my favorite is the Lucky Moonstone, which is a super pretty light pink.
Shop all 9 dreamy shades of YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss now at Sephora. Well, my parents were like on the way to the airport with this guy, and they were like, wait, would you be willing to drive us just to New York? And he's like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, so they were here. My door locks like as soon as you walk out. My dad arrives here. 6 minutes. I walk out to get my mail. He follows me. There's nothing to do in my apartment, so he just follows me. I go, shuts the door. So we are locked out. I have no spare key yet, and we walk outside, and there's no way back in. I'm about to call like a locksmith, and I guess they take like 6 hours, and it's like $600. And I'm texting everybody that lives in the city, and I'm like, hey, how do you guys do locksmiths? They go, is there scaffolding anywhere near your apartment? I was like, kinda, yeah. And they're like, climb it, like do that. And I was like, is that not illegal? And they're like, no, you can do that. And so I lifted my sister up.
Did you know your window was open?
Yeah. And during this time, like my whole family's outside, and there's this couple that is like the hottest couple in the world. Almost like, I want to like
on a
it was
scale of
almost
1
like
to Dylan?
Like so put together. It was like a White Lotus casting. Gorgeous, rich. You could just tell they were giving rich. They walked by first, and I'm like, oh, that is a couple. Like, wow. Like it looked like Kennedy's, truly. And then they walked back by. I'm like, what are they doing? And at this point, I've lifted my sister into the rafters. And they go, do you live here? And I go, yep. And they go, oh, we came to tour a unit. And I was like, oh, great. You mean name? And at this point, I'm like, yeah. Push that window open, sis. Yeah, push. And crawled her. And she's crawling through the window. And they just go, all right, that was a pleasure. They just walk away. The leasing agent shows up like 10 minutes later. And they had abandoned ship. They are no longer going to live in this unit.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But honestly, you showed them something that they
$600.
needed. You showed them something that they needed to make their decision.
I would have killed to witness something like that. I mean, they don't want to live in a building where the guy asked me, do you know all of these people? Or just, I was like, yeah, this is my family.
Yeah. They weren't meant for that building, and that's okay.
Yeah. I would have loved to gotten to know them.
Yeah. If it's meant to be, right. See them again.
Yeah, that's true. But when my parents were here, I took them to dinner one night, and they got drinks, and I went to go close out the tab, and I said, Connor, see you in. And I sign my tab, and I walk away, and I walk out of the restaurant. Guess whose credit card I got back?
Who?
Harry Connick Jr.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Conn.
What, did you locate him?
No, I didn't. He wasn't in the restaurant.
He just had his card was just there.
I'll offline with you. I don't know. Like, I don't want to blow up his spot, but I was like, can I keep this? They were like, obviously you can't keep that.
Wow.
But I was like, this is not me. I'm so sorry to say. Flattered, but I'm so sorry to say.
When you go out to dinner with your parents, do you pay sometimes?
Yeah.
Wow, you've gotten to that point.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the answer. That's when you know you're old.
That is when you know you're old, is when the credit card comes and you're fighting, or the bill comes and you're fighting, kind of like, oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. All right, you take it. And I'm like, excuse me?
I'll be honest. I'm not there.
Yeah, I take it because I feel like I feel like it might be like a guy thing too. It's like, I got it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I also booked their hotels.
No.
And I made all the reservations.
With your
all
card?
while having, and this is before I figured out I was sick. all while having a 101 degree fever, which I was like, I can't let them know I'm under the weather. They're not going to like New York. They loved New York so much.
Have they not been?
So my parents are of the ilk of like, they've gone to places one time. Yeah, because my dad's a pilot. He would go to a place one time and he'll talk about it from 20 years ago, 30 years ago. He's like, doesn't go back to New Orleans because he's like, I got arrested there one time, a long time ago. It's like, it's gross, like whatever. And I'm like, well, it can be gross, but it's a very special place. And then like New York, he's like, it's loud, it's packed with people. I'm like, are you thinking of Times Square? Because we went and walked along the Hudson and he was like, it's so clean. And I was like, yeah, this is nice. Like, it's cool. We got a drink. They were having the best time.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Like I took him to a restaurant. They're like, we want to go back there tomorrow. Like they were just stoked the whole time. My mom on the way out 6 times, she's like, we can come back here like while you're on tour and we can help like furnish it while you're like, they want to come back. It was so cool.
Oh, good.
I know. I was shocked.
No, New York really is like, you can go and stay on one block and hate it and then come back and stay the next block over and then have the best time.
Yeah. One thing I love is that my mom will talk to anybody. Like she's someone who will like go up to a table at a restaurant that has a newborn baby and be like, oh, can I hold your baby?
Mm-hmm.
And usually people are like, no, but with my mom, they literally hand her the baby.
Wow. That is so the opposite of my family. I can't stress it enough.
No, she's stopping every dog. What breed is this? I love this breed. She's asking people where their accents are from. We were guessing Spain. You are Spain? Oh my gosh, I knew it. Spain. It's like wild.
That's
they're
lovely.
Like a good fit. Yeah, they're a good fit.
Yeah, they are a good fit.
But yeah, it was great. It was super fun.
That's great.
Wish I wasn't under the weather the whole time.
Love that. How's the weather over there?
Gorge.
I think it's warmer there than it is here.
It was like 80 all weekend.
Oh, I'm so ready for summer.
Hot, hot, hot. Yeah. I know. I was in Miami last week for that show.
Yeah.
And I love Miami.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that
crazy? That's not
crazy?
surprising, but I don't know that I've ever been anywhere besides like wherever Versace's mansion is.
Oh, that's a different area.
Yeah.
Anyways, I enjoy it.
South
we should
Beach?
go to Miami one time. Not quite South Beach. It's a little too party club vibes.
No, where was I? Is that South Beach?
Yeah, South Beach probably.
Yeah. I need to go to the more tame area.
Yeah. Coachella.
I love Coachella weekend too.
Special place. Special place for special girls.
I guess you're wondering how the cats are doing, huh?
Oh my gosh, fill us in on the cats.
So they are driving me to the bottle, Connor. They are driving me to the Captain Morgan chili lime.
Now that's mouth blowing because it has been so long and it's mouth blowing that because I just talked about this with someone else. I don't know why I lied. I was watching a video on Dodo, that like
Love
animal
Dodo.
thing. Me too. But it was like the same sort of thing. It's like they didn't get along. And like 6 weeks in, they're cuddling and
I'm waiting to walk in the door to them just like grooming each other, cuddling. We keep making so much progress. Like Rob will be on the bed. John is now comfortable coming on the bed, which is great. That's huge progress. Like he'll sleep with me. Rob will be on the bed. That's all good. But then like Rob will sneak up and like give John's ear like one little lick and then clock him in the head. And it's just like, and then
that's tough love.
The other day, Rob was under the covers sleeping with me. And then John like crept up, saw the blob under the covers, and then just repeatedly nailed Rob like over and over. It's like insane. But then like they'll also like have little moments. So don't want to separate them because they are making so much progress, but then they'll have a setback.
Do you separate them when you leave the house?
No. And every time I've left the house, like I come back and they're in the same room, like one on my bed, one on the cuck chair. Like they enjoy being in the same space.
Did you set up your Ring camera?
I need to.
You should.
But they enjoy being in the same space. Clearly, it's when they get too close, one of them gets spooked or something. But there's been progress.
Little moments turn into big moments.
They are waking me up every hour, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, it has been harder than I anticipated. It's not something that I expected, but it's a challenge that I'm meeting.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Kiss your brain. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the ass.
Yeah.
My Mimi
Yeah.
has a TikTok.
Oh, that cracked me up.
And it's like user.
Yeah.
This is my grandma who like loves to take Max to the park in Texas. Takes him every day, sends me a picture every day. I got a link sent to me from cousin Logan, and it's a story posted on a still photo on user 96178423225, and it's just Max at the park, and it's so baby hold me closer in the backseat of your Rover.
That killed me.
It's a Chainsmokers song, and Max is just like tongue out at the park on Mimi's faceless TikTok story.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
Do you think she knows that she posted it?
I have no clue. She does DM me like all the time. She knows how to DM.
She DMs you like videos?
Yeah. I'd have a big talk with my family, by the way, the other day about like digital
Footprints?
No. Digital etiquette, because I'm on a flight the other day and you can't get calls on a flight even if you have Wi-Fi. Like it just says like missed call. And then for whatever reason, like no voicemail. So I had 2 missed calls from my dad. And then Mimi texted me, call your dad immediately. And I'm like, oh crap, like what's going on? And then no one's responding to me. I'm like, oh my God, someone died. Max died. Something happened. Get off the flight. I was flying to Houston. What do you want for dinner? Just like so insane. Like, please shoot a text.
That
I had to like
too
sit
often, it seems.
Well, my dad was like, I didn't even tell Mimi I was calling you. I was like, you gotta shoot me a text though. So I like noted
Yeah.
that nothing's that deep.
Right. I need everyone to start every sentence with everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I also need no one to call me ever again.
That too.
So that's where I'm at.
I did something in that conversation that we just had that I've been
Which one, just
doing
now?
that is so horrible, and I'm trying to stop, but I can't. I've been finishing people's sentences, but with the wrong thing. Nonstop.
That sucks.
It's so annoying. I did it with you just then when I said footprint and you said no, etiquette. And then I was like, oh, fuck me. I've been trying to stop. I did it so bad the other day. Like I finished someone's sentence in a way that was like offensive to them because it was, I was walking with my friend and we were looking in like a store window and it was these like beautiful ceramics. And she was like, oh, I love those, but like, and I go, you'd never be able to afford them. And she goes, that's not what I was going to say. And I was like, oh my God, no, I was just thinking because the price tag was like $900. I was like, that's what I was thinking. So I'll just
What'd she say?
She was like, oh no, that's not what I was going to say. Like it wasn't like, it was, we wouldn't have been able to afford them. So it's like, wasn't that bad, but like, it's really bad what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm trying to stop that. But I can't for some reason.
Well, the first step is acknowledging. I don't mind because usually I can't find the word. So it actually helps me.
No, I think I'm being helpful, but like I'm hurting.
You're not hurting.
I'm not helping.
You're guiding gently.
And then I'm just like kicking
you have a
myself
hardness on
every
me.
time. I'm like, don't do that. Why did you do that again?
Oh my gosh, don't be so hard on yourself, lady.
It's just like I'm just annoying myself. It's fine.
I just want to say like rest in peace, Pope.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know him well. Like I didn't know him well. He's Catholic. He was Catholic. Do Jewish people have like a Pope adjacent type of person, like a Pope type figure, or is
I don't think so.
like Liza Minnelli?
Yes. Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand, yeah.
Yeah. I think
She
Liza Minnelli's
hates-
Italian.
Oh,
But you're on the right track. And she is important to many Jews.
Right. She hates that account that's like Liza Minnelli's outlived.
Really?
So stop doing that. I would hate it too. I'd be like, why is that?
Yeah, I would hate that too now that you mention it. But also if I was that account and it was my life and I heard that Liza Minnelli hated it, like I would.
You would have to disable it because I do think it's
disable
like
my life as well.
It's someone that like really admires Liza M.
Yeah, that's tough to hear that you've been doing something that's upsetting the person you admire.
So who becomes Pope next? It's not like a king.
I think
it's not like the Pope's son.
No, I saw that I saw the list of like candidates, but I don't know if they're like voted in or how or what.
I was gonna say it's not a democracy, right? That you.
I don't think so, but like I don't know.
It's crazy that you would live. Are you born?
What do they do, Izzy?
It's called a conclave.
It's called a conclave, like the movie.
Oh, I'm familiar with the conclave.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard of it. Definitely heard of it. So,
but
maybe we should watch it.
And maybe this is something that someone could answer. Like, are you born and your parents are like, like we want our kid to be like the next president of the United States. Like we want our kid to be the next pope.
Do you feel like there are a lot of parents that have kids and they're like, this is the next president of the United States?
Probably. There's kids that like are born and they're like, you're going to be an actress. They like go make new teeth for their infant so they can be in pageants.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Like our kid is going to like, you'd have to be so holier than thou on such a literal standpoint to be like, our kid is going to be the Pope. Straight up.
Also, like, no offense, feel like there's something wrong with like any parent who has a kid and it's like, this kid has to be XYZ. Like, that's never going to end well.
I agree. And the Pope will never be a woman.
I don't think anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not okay, but
it might be. Like, we're not Catholic. There was a Catholic. I don't know.
It's tough for me to speak on.
It is tough for us. That's probably like a pickup for another day.
Yeah, we could even pick it up in the bonus.
We could. All right, let's go there.
All right. Well, it was good to see you.
Love you. Love you mucho.
Love you all. And we'll see you in the bonus / next week.
I hope this was such a relaxing episode for you guys. And it was for me to just catch up.
Just to catch up.
Get to know each other, realign, and move forward.
Yeah.
All right. Much love.
Much.
See ya.
Thanks again to Captain Morgan's Sweet Chili Lime for sponsoring today's episode. Get your hands on this new mouth-blowing flavor today. Captain Morgan's Sweet Chili Lime, a touch of sweet, a kick of heat. Please drink responsibly. This week on Close Friends. So I'm doing Gap Out right now. I hope you don't mind.
We didn't talk about poop one single time at all. What's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I said Jennifer Love Hewitt. What is it again?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I want to be in Mexico, like shaking my tits, like for my PTO. I don't want to be like bedridden.
Like put me on a drug that causes nausea. Yes, there's going to be psychosis.
Sign up on tmgstudios.tv to watch the full bonus episode.